So we met over Christmas break. It was his senior year of high school and my junior year. Just at the mall, kind of with mutual friends. You would walk down the hallway, and I think you had like your black leather jacket on, and just had, he walks with, like, he has a very specific walk, and it's just very confident, and just carries himself in a way just so self-confident, and I didn't know that that was an attraction to me, but like looking back, that's probably what it was, just so, has such a presence. I've always been like, okay, graduate high school, then you go to college, then you get married, then you buy a house, then you have a baby. And we did all of those things in that order.
But I was in no rush for any of those things to happen.
We got married in July of '06, and Cohen was born in August of '07. And then Cade was born in July of '08, so kind of back to back. Life was just nuts, but people always said, we're like, how do you do it? Well, you just do, because you don't know any other way. That you just, with our kids, you just do it.
Everything just coming down the pipe real fast at us.
Yeah. He worked crazy hours, like 10, 12-hour days, a lot of the week. So I was home, and some resentment, I think, started to set in on my end.
And at that point in my life, I needed somebody I could look up to and be like, but I wasn't making those decisions all the time.
We would try to do the right things, like you'd go on a date night, or you'd go to like his work Christmas party and get dressed up and try to do the things, you know, put on the show that married people do, and get a babysitter, you know, send the kids away for a weekend so you can go. But I would always be so nervous because it would always end in some sort of fight or disagreement.
It was Thanksgiving Eve when everything was boiling up. It was Wednesday night, and it was a weird setting at work, and my boss came in and said, hey, just so you know, effective right now, you no longer hold your position, you're demoted. And that's kind of like, it crashed on me a little bit. I've got to go to Thanksgiving tomorrow, and I've got to tell everybody that I'm not this great, I don't hold a great position. I didn't have anything together.
We were, at this point, papers were filed, living separately, like in process of separating our lives. We were separated.
So that was like a, wow, I'm digging a hole, and you hit bottom when you quit digging. So where do I start climbing back out of the hole to fix this?
We closed on our house because we had sold our house in the meantime. It was just him and I. The kids must have been at daycare or something. And we're doing the last minute things you do when you sell your house, dusting the baseboards and cleaning under the fridge and all these things that you do because somebody bought your house, thankfully. And he's out in the garage, like sweeping up just dirt. And his body posture was so curled in and just like broken, and the opposite of the boy that I met the day that I met him, that carried himself so strong and proud. I stood in the doorway of the garage. I just remember saying that you can always come home. And in that moment, in my mind, kind of flipped like we're your home. The kids and I are your home. This house is not our home anymore, but we are still a family.
I had a friend of mine that had moved to Sioux City to work for some of the stores for the company that I was working for, and they needed help down there, and I happened to know the guy that was the general manager in charge, and he called me and said, hey, I have an opportunity.
I was at work, and thankfully I had a quiet day, and he must have had the day off and came in and visited me, and he was like wringing his hands through his hair and just like completely torn up inside about what to do. And he came in and said, I have 20 minutes to give him a yes or no answer. And he said, if I go, will you guys go with me? And I said, yeah, we're a family. And so that was he called back and accepted the job, and I got on the internet and started looking for houses in Dakota Dunes, South Dakota. And I remember praying a lot, like, God, help him realize what a jerk he's being, or help him to realize that X, Y, Z, whatever you want to insert there. God, tell him this. instead of, and then once I finally switched my mindset and switched my prayer to God, just whatever, just do what you need to do, because I'm tired of asking for things that I'm not getting, and I'm tired of living the way that I'm living and being sad and mad and crabby and anxious and angry all the time. So just basically, God, let your will be done, not mine.
As bad as things can get, the lowest of the low, if you try, that won't ever offset how high you can get, how great things can be, how much you can enjoy everything about life.